Hello, I am now in the chapel of the hospital where my mom is admitted. She's due for surgery tomorrow. And so I found this nice place to just sit down and think and reflect. So I'm the only one here, and it's really nice and quiet. Um, and I thought of just thinking things through and yeah, just reflecting. Have you ever been discouraged? Do you get discouraged? I guess every one of us would have had moments of discouragement, right? Um, when you think about it, can you really avoid getting discouraged? I had been thinking about that lately. Um, and I realized I think it's possible that we can avoid getting discouraged and really intentionally be courageous, or to always be encouraged or having the courage from within, right? Um, I was listening to Charles Stanley a few days back, and he talked about discouragement and why people get discouraged. And his talk made sense to me. And right now, I realize, I have letter D, and letter Ds in my mind that has to do with discouragement. And I realized that a lot of the times we get discouraged because we get disappointed. And I learned this also from that talk from Pastor Charles Stanley. And I thought about it. Yeah, that's right. I get discouraged when I put my hopes on people, when I depend on certain things and things don't go as planned. When I put my trust in someone to be able to deliver, and that person does not deliver what was promised, then I get disappointed and get discouraged soon after. Then I realized, first D, disappointments are unavoidable. Circumstances can lead you to get disappointed. Things don't pan out. Plans don't materialize. The weather does not turn out the way you wanted it for a certain day. People don't show up when they say they will show up, or people don't do what they said they will do. And you get disappointed, right? So, in a sense, disappointments are not within our control. I realize even in my journey as a homeschool mom, many times I would plan. Okay, I would plan for the day, and somehow something else happens. And many times I get disappointed. And there are also days that it leads to discouragement, because I get discouraged thinking that because my plan did not materialize, perhaps I'm not doing a good job as a homeschool mom, or as a mom, I was not really able to do what I'm supposed to do for my children. So the disappointment led to the discouragement. However, when I really think through it, disappointments are unavoidable because they are beyond my control. Normally, disappointments are beyond our control. But discouragement, in reality, can be within our control. Why? Because we can choose not to be discouraged. We can choose to have a different response to the disappointment. We can see it from a different perspective. We can see, say for example, interruptions in our homeschooling as what we call in education an a priori syllabus, a change in the syllabus. We can see it as another learning opportunity that we can make use of as the teacher parent, or that we could model to our children that, life happens, things don't go as we plan it, and we can adjust. So we can also see disappointments with people as a way to learn to be kind to them, to be more compassionate, to be more understanding, because for sure there's a reason why people don't follow through what they have said they will do. And we learn to be more empathetic. We learn to listen to people. So disappointments are beyond our control and therefore are unavoidable. But the second D is that discouragement is a choice. We can choose not to be discouraged, or we can choose to be discouraged for a moment and then snap out of it and then proceed and move on and carry a different perspective about what has transpired or what has happened. And then how can we do that? How can we not succumb to discouragement? I was thinking, like for example, today, today is actually my mom's birthday. Okay, one disappointment is that we are in the hospital. We're confined, and it's just her and me. So it's her 65th birthday. Obviously, we cannot do any celebration because we are in the hospital and she's due for surgery tomorrow. That's one disappointment. The second disappointment is that this vlog is better aired live or in real time. But obviously, because I'm here in the hospital, I cannot work on editing this or anything like that. And so this will most definitely be aired a little bit later. So that's another disappointment. But how can I not be discouraged by these events? My mom is turning 65. Normally, my mom turned 65. Normally, times like this, you would be celebrating with family. But ito, magkakahiwalay kami. We're placed in different locations right now. And not because it's our choice. So how can we not be discouraged? The third D that I'm seeing here is that we can discipline our thoughts. We avoid discouragement by disciplining the way we think about life. And I'm reminded of the admonition that you think of whatever is true, honorable, just, pure, lovely, commendable, excellent, praiseworthy. So you only dwell on thoughts that are going to help you, that are going to give you a positive outlook in life. So if it's something that's true, that's what you think about. Do not dwell on thoughts that are purely based on assumptions. Yung mga baka naman kasi, yung mga yan, the what ifs. A lot of times we create our own stresses by dwelling on thoughts that are not really helpful, that are not true, that are not honorable, that are not lovely thoughts, that are not praiseworthy thoughts. And we end up not pursuing what is really excellent for us. So if we practice this, if we practice disciplining our thoughts, then peace comes our way. Because a lot of times, it's in the mind where the battle really starts, and it's also in the mind where the battle is lost. But if we discipline ourselves to think about what is true, what is honorable, what is just, what is praiseworthy, what is pure, what is lovely, what is commendable, what is excellent, then we can rise above the disappointments. We can move on from momentary feelings of discouragement, and we can just keep moving on, right? And peace, the peace of God just comes our way. So that's it. So when this finally airs, I believe that time would have been different. Times would have been different a little bit, but I'm sure that you will be able to see things differently when you get disappointed, when discouragement comes your way, and when there's a need to discipline your thoughts. So this is Grace Castondo Cell, and I wish for you grace days.